everybody, it's Alicia from Adventures of Stitching, and I'm back with Flosstube number 10. It's been a couple months, but I'm here now and I'm ready to show you what I've been up to. I have about 15 projects to show, 4 new starts. One of them is also a finish already, so that's really exciting. That was super fun to be able to see something get done so quickly. Since I'm doing mostly full coverage, finishes don't happen hardly ever because they're so large. So this one was a quick little start. I guess I'll just begin by showing you what it is. It's called And If Not, and I got it off of Etsy. Can't remember the name of the shop, so I will just put it across the screen and leave it in a link below if you are interested in stitching it. So here it is. I started this on April 15th, I believe, with Angie Slowly Crafts. She started a couple days in before me, but yeah, so I can't even remember the names of the flosses, but my husband picked these colors out. He wanted to go with red, and then he picked the other 2 complementary colors perfectly. This is on a 14 count oatmeal Aida, and I think I finished this on the 22nd during 24 hours of cross stitch weekend, which I will also get into some of that because that's how I got so much done. So that was fun. I guess I'll start with some March stitching since it's been that long. Find a whip. Here we go. This was my wheel of stitches, and my goal that I spun was 850 stitches. I believe I got a couple hundred more than that because I was just having fun. Angie picked my Pain Free Crafts 2022 stitch along. That is from Chris Dunn's artwork from Wind in the Willows. And I worked on part 3, which is Toad. And I put him over there in that corner. Woof. There we go. So, bring it down here to give you a close-up. There we go. There we go. Isn't he so cool? I just love that. Look at that. His little vest with the buttons, and there's like a, I think it's over here. You see little buttonholes. There's so many fractionals that I was getting a little bit wary of it. Like I didn't pull it out just because of the fractionals. But I actually had so much fun with those. This is on a 32 count Jobelan, and it's just like butter soft. It's just so pleasing to work with. But like these colors, man, I just love how they've all melted together. It's almost watercolor. Can't wait. I want to bring him out again. That was so much fun. So thank you, Angie, for picking that. I knew I needed to break him out. The next one is, if I can find it, my oldest whip, which I started the SAL, the hashtag Oldest Whip Wednesdays, because I felt like this was not getting any attention whatsoever, and it wasn't necessarily sounding fun to just break out randomly. So I decided once a week, break out Cinderella, which is a Thomas Kincaid Disney Dreams kit. It's out of print. I think since you last saw it, I've done 2 rows and then most of the 3rd one. Yeah, so I've done pretty good progress. I think I get about 300 stitches, which is 3 of these blocks done per week. Today is Wednesday, so I was doing like the green in here earlier. I plan on doing a little bit more tonight before the end of the day, but that's that. This is on the kit Aida. I think it's 18 count 2/1. I think I started that in 2017, so it really does need, it deserves the attention. If you want to join in, there are 2 things I want to say. You do not have to stitch on it only on Wednesdays. Like if Wednesday is not a good day, use another day and just use the hashtag oldest whip Wednesdays. Also, if it's not your oldest whip, but maybe your next oldest or your next oldest, go ahead and use that. If it's an oldie and you want to see some progress and you're not getting progress, go ahead and use it, and we'll just have fun plugging away at it and not ignoring them anymore. That's the whole point, right? So I guess next I'll do my Sunday piece if I can find it. Here we go. It's God Shed His Grace from Abraham Hunter. I got my chart from Artisy. It's the medium one, but I have to say the Cross Stitch Studio has one that if like you're interested in a super size, it's a super size. It's huge. It's like 900 stitches across by 700 stitches tall. This one is like a normal Haid size. Still very large, 135,000 stitches. Our hashtag is God's Grace Sundays, and we started this January 1st for a new year, new start. Me and Angie from Angie Slowly Crafts, and then several others, Rachel from Rachel Q Stitches, Amanda in Stitches, Nikki Stitchy. This is why I don't name everyone, because I know I'm leaving like 3 of you out, but you get the idea. There's a bunch of us, and I will link you, and if you have a channel or an Instagram, I will link you in the description box. I just can't think of your names off the top of my head, sorry. So I'm 7% along. And this one's become like a steadfast for me. Like I just love coming back to it. Even if I don't get it on a Sunday, I make sure I do it throughout the week, just one day, and I bring it out. This has 9,480 stitches, and I just now noticed these little sun rays coming through. I didn't know that as I was stitching it. It's so fun. Half of the fun of doing these videos is being able to see what you're doing later. That's so great. This is on 25 count 2/110 stitch, and it's very quickly becoming my favorite. I know at the beginning I wasn't sure because you can kind of see the darker colors, and in the corner where it's not confetti yet, it's a little sparse, but I'm told that will fluff up in the end. So we'll see, but everything else, the coverage is perfect. You don't see fabric through that's too extreme. Next I'll do my Mirabelia. It is Lady of the Mist, and I started her on my birthday this year. Birthday start. She's my first Mira, first fancy lady. And I started her on a fabric I found at an antique store, so I'm not really sure what it is, but it's a lavender with a little bit of blue, a little bit of pink. And this is how far I am. Sorry, it's wrinkled. But yeah, I'm loving her. Lady Ain Stitches on Instagram, she started this with me. And I don't know how far along she is. I haven't seen an update in a while. But I know she started at the bottom and she kind of worked up off of the ribbons of her dress. So if you want to see another angle or perspective, go follow her. But yep, this is surprisingly a mindless stitch for me. Like if I'm feeling overwhelmed with confetti or ninja stitches in my full coverage, I will pull this out and just go at it because it's just blocks of colors. It's literally like, if you're intimidated at all, don't be. It's really pretty relaxing. It's fun. I don't think I have any more information on that. That's a 32 count. I'm doing 2/2 full cross. I'll do my temperature tree next. It's from Stitchin' Mommy's chart off of Etsy. She's also on Flosstube, but you probably already knew that. I am up to date as of like April 17th or something like that. So here I am. I'm doing the Ohio temperatures. I believe I chose the wide variety range of temps, just because it is a temperamental area of the weather. As you can tell, like, it goes back and forth, blue, green, yellow, green, blue, like, goes really cold and really hot. So I'm looking forward to seeing these months fill in, because I want to see those warmer colors. That'll be fun. This is on 18 count 2/1 full cross. Then, oh, why not? It Is Well by My Big Toe Designs. I coffee tea dyed this fabric myself. It's on 18 count 8 as well. And I'm using the Gentle Arts thread in oatmeal. And I actually stitched until I ran out of the skein I brought with me. So when I go back home, that's when I can start it up again. I successfully finished the upper outline of the border, so that was satisfying. It was kind of like a good ending point. And I'm loving it. It's so pretty and delicate. That was the plan all along. I started this with Tara from One Stitch at a Time and Rainey from Rainy Day Reads. They both finished theirs. I have not, sorry. Makeshift door here. My dog keeps walking around tonight. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I can't remember when I started it. I want to say November, right? I think somebody reminded me that was November. My next one is Mini Blue-Eyed Tiger from Artisy by Colin Bogle. I started this on World Cross Stitch Day 2022, which is August 12th? I started this with Stitches in the Tropics, Irene, on Instagram. And I am making great headway. I was pulling this out a lot in April. He is 23.12% complete at 7,260 stitches out of 31,400. That's 2/1 full cross on 18 count Ada again. So cool. I'm getting ready to do his eyes because I can't wait. I really want to see those eyes. So that was fun. I think I'm gonna make him my Stitch 30 daily, but I have plans for May, which might mess with that, so that might not happen this next month, but that's what I want it to be, my daily 30, because I want to see it get done. Okay, I did that one. I made my Mickey project, my Mickey mini cottage piece that isn't licensed, so I'm not going to tell you where I got it or anything like that, or any real name, but I decided to make it my rainy day project, and it rained 2 days this last week, so I got in a couple hundred stitches. I worked in this gray down in here, just kind of sprinkled it in. There's a solid chunk of a blue right in here, dusty blue, and I did that a few days ago too. Getting into some trees here, so that'll be fun, get out of the sky. I think this next page is when we see the cottage peak, like a roof peak. So I can't wait to get to that. Already kind of half made grid lines, and then I got bored, so I put it away. This is at 29,129 stitches out of 125,972. 23.12% complete, which is the exact same percentage as my tiger, and that blew me away when I was writing these numbers down. I was like, what? They're exactly at the same point, even though one is really small and one is really big. It was fun. Sometimes numbers, they get you. Okay. Where is that? Here. Nope, not that one. Okay. Next, I'm getting into some of what I worked on for the 24 hours of cross stitch weekend. I did work on several of those too. I don't think I have the full list made out, but I worked on 10 projects and I got 23 hours of stitching in. That was so much fun. As a cross-stitch addict, that is what you want to hear that you're able to do in a weekend. So this is Cozy Winter Evening, the mini version from Uliana Babenko off of Heaven and Earth Designs. And I'm doing Extreme Cross Country with 939 right now. I did about 500 stitches. This is 28 count, 27 count, something like that. And I'm doing 2 over 1 tent stitch, and I basically did all of this, these little speckly spots. And what's really fun about this is these pages are done with 939. So I just have to do up here, which happens to be a lot of 939, and I am not mad about it because that means block stitching and less counting, because this, I was about having panic attacks every time. I was like, I really hope I'm counting right. Okay, I'm back. Some noise that needed to be dealt with. All right, next whip. Gilmore Girls. This is Autumn and Stars Hollow by Black Needle Society, and I believe they're sold out. I'm sorry. It's possible they might make more in 2025 when they release the rest of the patterns, but that's just coming from me, so don't take my word for it. But I'm wondering if maybe, hopefully they'll gear up for something like that. I hope so. Anyways, that was a tangent. I pulled this out and I basically just worked feverishly, and I did this whole mug because that was my favorite part of the whole pattern, was Luke's mug. Obviously. Look at that needle minder. I love this. I love this so much. It's so pretty. So that's fun. This was also, I might as well say it, this was a choice that Carla from stitchmesane made for my May goals. I spun 1% and she selected Gilmore Girls, so that's 100 stitches. That should be an easy goal. We'll see if I can do more than that or just stick with a goal. I don't know. Then last but not least of my current whips that you know of is my Grand Library, or the Grand Library Super Size Max Color. It's on 28 count, nope, sorry. It was 2 over 1 tent, but now it's 1 over 1 full cross. And here's where I've gotten. This was worked on a little bit in March just for the fun of it. And then I spun 6 days for the goal for April, and Carla, again from stitchmesane, she selected my Grand Library, and I am currently working on that goal. I am on track to finish it by the end of the month. I have 3 days left, so I'm halfway through. I've done 3 days. Yesterday I did this purple section, these 2 blocks here. I'm doing Royal Rose right now, but when I complete this 3rd page, I'm not sure if I'll continue it or do my own thing. I haven't figured it out yet, but I definitely will be doing these bottom pages next of the top shelf. So that is at 21,987 stitches out of 715,284 stitches. It is currently at 3.07%, so that means I made it to 3% since you last seen this. So there we go. That's what 3% looks like. This is also with CXC threads. So if you were wondering if the color is true or not, I'd say they're pretty good. Yeah, so I started this in June 2022. I really wanted to be farther along on it than I am, but that's okay. We're just gonna go with it. I'm kind of going out of order now, but I think this is the next one. This is a new start. This is the Shire Painting. I started this for Leanne's birthday from Small Town Stitches. Along with a few others of us. I think Nikki Stitchy and Rainy Day Reads are the ones that come to mind the most, but I know there are a couple others. Oh, Blushing Pink Stitches, Lindsay, she started this too, so that'll be fun. This is how far I've gotten. Started in the upper left corner, and I'm going down. I'm not really sure what the plan was, to go all the way down or just down the page and then over. I don't know. But I believe this is 365 stitches out of 104,400.35% complete, so not even 1% yet. This one is really fun, but it's not really like in a super high priority for me right now, so we'll see. Hopefully I can get it out again at some point. The hashtag we are using is Poem in the Shire, and Leanne made, or it's all Leanne's fault, because it is. We'll just leave it at that. Okay, the next one we started for Angie Slowly Crafts' birthday. That was March 26th, I believe. It's A Church for All Seasons. Oh, I'm gonna leave the link for the Shire down below. We got it from Etsy, and I think it's Thread of Magic, but I'm not positive. So I'll leave it down below so you can find it if you want it. It's only something like $7. It's not bad. Okay, so Church for All Seasons is by Nikki Bomey. I'm just gonna say that. It's Bomey from Charting Creations. And I started in the lower left corner, right there. And what I'm doing here is I'm gonna use this as a seasonal piece. So as the seasons change, I will also change where I work on it. So basically right now it's spring, which was perfect because it became spring right when we started this, but it's spring. And then when summer changes, I'll work on the summer church. And so eventually, as the year goes on, it'll just get longer and longer, or wider and wider, whatever. And through the years, I'll just make sure I only work on those sections per season. So both of these are on 25 count, and they're both 2/110 stitch. Easy peasy. Might be my favorite. Way to go. You wouldn't know it because you'd think that 18 count 8 is my go-to, but that just so happens to have worked out that way. Okay, last whip at least, is The Last Supper. My husband, I think I already told this story, but my husband requested one morning if I could stitch him The Last Supper. And I said, how could I say no to that? Stitch what? Yes, definitely. I started this on April 6th, which is Thursday, before Easter, which I feel like, you know, as accurate as I can get, that's when they had their Last Supper. So I got this far. And this was an April goal. I spun 6 days. And Angie selected this project because she knew I was starting it soon. So I got my 6 days in. That's how much 6 days worth of stitching is. This is on 28 count 2/110 stitch, and that is 3.40% complete. 1,381 stitches out of 40,630 stitches. So that's that. The next thing I want to share is a planned new start for May, the beginning of May. Hopefully this will give you guys enough time if you want to join in. But Rainey from Rainy Day Reads is having her 40th birthday on May 5th. So first of all, go wish her happy birthday. Second of all, she is doing a SAL hashtag, which is hashtag turn 40 new leaves SAL. I will put that across the screen. I'm starting the Quick Stitch Anne of Green Gables Max Color by Amy Stewart off of Heaven and Earth Designs. I will be, or I should say I already have cropped it, so I basically took 25% of that pattern off. So I made it smaller. It was like 105,000 stitches, and now I brought it down to 80. And I believe Rainey did the same thing because we were kind of chatting at the same time. I think she took the same amount off. So ours are gonna end up looking identical. Although I can't remember if she's doing max color or not. I kind of wish I didn't have the max color, to be honest with you, because it's gonna be so small, but we'll see if it really makes a difference. So anyways, the idea that she brought, and you can go watch her video, she has a whole video dedicated to this SAL, is to stitch on something green. If you already have a project with green in it, great, use that and just use the hashtag on it. If not, or if you just want another whip, go find something with green and you can use it. She was wanting to try to do something with literature, so if you have something that's like a literature theme too, go ahead and use it for that. This somehow works. I happen to have the pattern and I was like, I've been looking for an excuse to start that, thank you. So both Anne of Green Gables is green and it's literary, so woohoo. Her birthday is May 5th. I plan on starting mine on May 5th, but there's a possibility that I might have to do it later, but it will be at the beginning of May for sure. She might even have to do hers early, but nevertheless, join in on the fun. That's going to be so exciting for me to start and to do it with her. So I guess that brings me to May plans. I have very few May plans, but they're very ambitious, shall we say. You've already heard my Wheel of Stitches goals. No, you haven't. Sorry. The Wheel of Stitches, I spun 1%, and Angie selected, what did you select? Oh, duh. She selected my new whip that's coming up, the Anne of Green Gables. So I will definitely be getting 1% in on that. I think that's about 800 stitches, considering the new numbers, the cropped numbers. So that's one goal. The next one is the Gilmore Girls that Carla selected. That should be pretty easy to smash out. And then my own personal goal, which sounds crazier by the minute, I would love to get my grand library up to 5% by its first birthday. It's, like you heard, it's 3% now. I have to get in about, since I'm not done with my April goal yet right now, I have an opportunity to be able to knock that number down for what I need in May. But that being said, I think I have to put in 400 stitches a day in that during May to get my 12,000 plus stitches. The good thing is I have a little bit of a grace period in the beginning of June. So I'll have about 2 weeks where if I don't reach my goal, I have cushion and I can still hit 5% by its first birthday. But ideally it would be super fun to finish that goal by the end of May. So the plan is to basically be monogamous on my library in May. We'll see if I can do it. But I will not be ignoring my Oldest Whip Wednesdays or God's Grace Sundays. So God Shed His Grace and my Cinderella piece will both be getting attention. And if I go a little crazy doing my library, or, you know, because that is a lot of confetti, if I go a little crazy doing that, I might pull out my tiger. but that's the plan. I really want to focus, and I can't do a mania. I have already felt like I started a lot and have a lot going on, so adding on to that might stress me out, but I thought about a monogamous May, and I still had feelings about not wanting to leave all my whips behind for that month. So this is my compromise. Hopefully I can reach that goal. Hopefully I won't be so busy in May. Like, that's what I'm most concerned about. Like, what if May happens to be a really busy month and I only get to 4%? That's still okay. That's still way more than if I just left it by the side on its own. I can't talk tonight. So yeah, that's literally my plans. I would love to do a couple shout outs. I want to thank everyone who mentioned me in their videos in the last couple months. I did not make a list, and it had been enough time that I can't remember all of you, but just know I watched every one of your videos. I tried my best to comment on everyone, but I think there were a couple that I watched on the go and I didn't remember to go back and comment. So if that was you, just know I did watch and I loved it. I just didn't let you know. So first off is Milka, the friend that I met up with that's local to me in Ohio. Her name on Instagram is it Mega Stitches 24? I think it is. She just came back to Flosstube. She had a Flosstube a while ago, and she just came back maybe a week or two ago, and she made like a comeback video, just showed you everything she's finished and her plans and her whips, and it was just a lot of fun to see you again. So Milka, thank you. Her YouTube is Mega Stitches. So go follow her, go subscribe, and tell her you're there for her next video. Next is one I have been meaning to shout out for so long, and I have failed miserably from even writing down notes. Like, remember, because she doesn't have that many subscribers and she's been around for a while. So I was like, you know, I really enjoy watching you, listening to you, and I want to shout you out. So her name is Yannicka, and her channel is Books and Stitches, and lately I think it's been more stitches than books, but I'm here for both. She's doing this giant Disney piece, and she's having fun because each little, it's like almost every character that has been in a Disney movie. So there's this little section in a corner, and it's Dumbo, and like that's what she's working on, and she's like enjoying every single part, and like it makes me happy to see how happy she is with it. So go find her and subscribe to her. She only has a couple hundred, and she's really sweet, so please go find her. Then I can't remember who it was. There were several people I was watching recently that was talking about Diane from Frog and Fudge, and I was like, I feel like I know her. And yet, when I went to go watch her video, somehow I wasn't subscribed. So now I am. She's another one who's been around for a while, and she's so sweet, and I love all three of these women's accents. Like, they're all from different areas of the world, and when they speak English with their accent, it's just music to my ears. So anyways, go subscribe to Frog and Fudge. She is so sweet, and I just loved watching her last video, and that's all I have to say. I really wish I could remember who it was that was talking about her. Was that Stephanie, the On Point Stitcher? I feel like it could have been Amanda too. And I can't remember her channel name either. Well, that's helpful. I can't remember anything, and I'm saying all the wrong names. Anyways, yes, go find them, subscribe, share the love, Spread the love. I wish I could remember some Instagrammer names other than the ones I already mentioned. Mama Carmen too, she's great. She's so sweet. Sharon, aka Firehawk, she's amazing. She has incredible whips. Actually, she's doing the Anna Green Gables quick stitch. I don't remember when she stitched on it last, because she's been doing the Nativity too by Donna Gelsinger. So yeah, go follow her too. And I think that's all I have to say today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming back and joining me on my comeback. My Flossiversary is also coming up in June or July, so that'll be fun. I think I'm gonna do a whip parade for that. I'm hoping to have a video up between the two though, so you'll have another like regular one for me. That's all I have. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. I know we're midweek right now. Hopefully you guys are pushing to the end to get to the weekend, and have a happy spring. I feel springy today, even though I'm wearing a dark color, but either way, it's okay. You can feel spring in your heart, in your step. And I wish you could see this pile. It's like a giant pile of whips. It's fun stuff. And now I get to go stitch too. So I hope you guys have all been stitching with me. Please leave a comment down below and let me know what you've been stitching on. I am always so curious. I feel like I am snoopy when it comes to what other people are working on. So let me know, because I love being enabled. All right. See you guys later. Love you.